What's up, guys? Good evening and shit.
What's up and shit, guys? It's your boy Tallywagon here, and today we're getting into a different type of video. It's kind of the same video, but today we're actually doing a ranking of Frank Ocean's songs. And as you guys know, Frank Ocean is an artist who released his album in 2016, Blonde. But ever since then, he has ceased to hate us and release no music, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna take what I got, and today we're gonna be reviewing all of the singles that have came out ever since Blonde. Now, of course, we all know Blonde is great, and of course, these are my personal opinions. I'm kind of doing it from worst to best. And I'm not saying, I mean, these are all Frank Ocean songs, you know what I mean? You gotta realize that none of these are bad, but there are some that I feel objectively are, you know, worst to best. If you guys agree or don't agree, you know, why? Just relax. And of course, if you guys want to tell me what you guys think, or if you guys disagree with my opinion, just let me know down below. But let's get straight into the video. All right, number one is Moon River. I hate to say that. I'm crossing you in style someday. Heartbreaker. Released in 2018, Frank Ocean released a cover. I believe it is a cover of the song Moon River. It's a Moon River. It's a cover. So realistically, it's not an original song, and it's a great cover. It's a beautiful song, and his vocals, I think, are some of the best vocals he's done in any of his singles. It's just stacked in layers and, you know, quartets. I think that's whatever. It's really good. It's amazing. He kills it, but it's not his song. So I'm just gonna kind of get out of the way and kind of say that's the beginning of this of the list. I'm not saying it's a bad song. It's probably a really, really good song, but it's not his song. You know what I mean? It's a cover. It was Valentine's Day when he dropped it, and it made me cry. So let's get into the next song. My girl made her wait till the hours of the night. Crammed in sometime, I'm your whole life. Can't make those calls in a low light. And I hate to say it, this is my personal favorite, you know, ever since it came out. It sounded so raw to me, and the emotions felt so clear. Like, there's a lyric in here where he says, "Spirits watch me pants down, can't be embarrassed of it." And I kind of feel that's how he takes all of his songs. He kind of is always showing us like an unpleasant or a truthful side to him, you know what I mean? It's very raw, and it's very reminiscent of, you know, kind of Close to You with like that little auto-tune thing. But like I said, the auto-tune cannot be ignored here. It's a harsh delivery, and to any average listener, they're gonna hear this and they're gonna be like, wow, what are we listening to? It's not an accessible song. It took a little while to kind of get used to the lyrics and get used to the beat transition. We smoke in the sky, picture what I'm realized. Life unleashed, all this life in me. Spirits watch me pants down, can't be embarrassed of it. Woo! The beat transition is pretty sick, though. I mean, if you could get to that point, like I said, like average listeners, they're not going to want to just wait for that. But man, that transition is pretty cute. Of course, we got the lyrics. Despite our history, somewhere in the nights you're stuck when you think of me. Despite the life I lead, all this life in me. Man, it's beautiful. I mean, the thing we're gonna notice with all these singles is that Frank Ocean has a very robust and a very just fluid way of combining his words and his symmetry to sound almost blended together. You can't even differentiate between the two. But let's get into the next song. It's gonna be Biking Solo. Okay, now I'm not ranking it based on what Biking provides, because Biking, I feel, is a separate song. There's just an extra verse that goes in place of the Tyler Creator verse, and there's also no Jay-Z feature at the beginning, so the intro just begins with arms stretch your T, like, I'll just play it. Arms stretch your T like I never, moving slow like a creek. So I'm basically rating it off of the part where it does a verse instead of Tyler Creator's verse, which I feel is a little lackluster, but I mean, let's just listen to it for a second. Body that's gutted, ability used to be flawless. I'm high up, the pages keep falling. Scattered the showers, those scaffold the towers. I'm up on my promise. It just, to me, it sounds a little, not shoehorned. It just doesn't feel natural. It feels just off. You know what I mean? It's just missing something. Obviously, it's a solo version. I'm not sure if he was aiming to like make it's like a radio version. Of course, we got the lyrics. No cheat like I'm honest. How do I become so accomplished? Cause I don't see foes. I just see a code. Ooh. But I mean, other than that verse, it's just the same song. So I mean, that's coming later, don't worry. But let's get into the next song. Hey. No sleeper seats, that's a mattress. Don't be stingy, stitch your tablets with me. Alright, right, now we gotta talk about this beat. It has a Pierre kind of hat flow. It sounds like his new up and coming project, which I hope it sounds like this. Sounds very futuristically synthy, you know what I mean? He was doing those things where he was posting like the mixes and where he was going to like those mix parties where I think there is like a remix of this. He really embraced the remix. But either way, it's an amazing song and it kind of goes crazy. The beat is my favorite beat so far, but I mean realistically, it's more of a looser, you know, trap song, you know what I mean? We don't ever see, you know, Frank rap, but man, does he have some bars on this thing. Like I said, anytime Frank Ocean shows out, he's gonna show out, whether that be singing or rapping. We have some good lyrics in this one as well. And then when I first heard it, I thought it was a little average, but man, does it grow on you. Now, if you guys are avid Frank Ocean fans like me, you're gonna know this song is an earworm, and that 808 that just plays through it, I just want to, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's a trunk shaker, and it's a sick beat, and it's a really, really good song. But enough of that, let's get into the next song, which is Dear April.
Dear April.
Gosh, it creates such an atmosphere with this
Dear April.
reverb, chorus, heavy guitars that sound like he's just in the background.
Are you watching in place and time?
But I feel like the atmosphere contributes so much to just the raw nature of the lyrics, you know what I mean? Of course, it's about kind of like, I think like someone not reciprocating the feelings you have for them. Of course, we have the lyrics, what we had won't be the same now, but you will make something new, and I'll take you through this, you know what I mean? And it's a heartfelt song. It's really, you know, hardcore, and it kind of hurts to the core, but I mean realistically, it's not the strongest single, you know what I mean? Of course it was released right next to Cayendo, which later will be in this list, but I just feel Cayendo does a little better, especially with the different language. It kind of feels, you know, it just feels out of world. All right, next we got the original Biking. Now we begin a Biking with some amazing, beautiful, like low-key chords with Jay-Z rapping on it. And when I first heard Jay-Z was gonna rap on, I was like, man, this man's about to put a filler verse. But man, does Jay-Z kind of set the atmosphere really well.
What goes around comes around. Yeah. Hey, turn the music up.
On those chords.
Sounds really nice.
E.T. on the handles. We also got a pre-Flower Boy Tyler creator verse, and wow. And the beat switch kind of like, you know, I think it's called like a bridge, kind of like underneath flow. It works so well, and he compliments Frank. I mean, you gotta love Frank and Tyler, you know what I mean? Just drive it in the air, I don't care, Big Willie style, yeah. One wheel, and with such a simple, you know, like aspect, biking, you know what I mean? It feels like he really just gave a lot, you know what I mean? And he created a really nice atmosphere, and I just think he did it really, really well, you know what I mean? All right, next we got Cayendo, which is the newest single, I believe. But I mean, let's get straight into it. Of course, here we got Mexican Frank Ocean.
No hablará de mí, ni hablará de esto, porque me estoy cayendo.
Now I do speak Spanish, so I mean I understand what he's saying, and he does a pretty good job. I mean, he says kind of the words a little funky, but man, is the emotion coming through. And I feel the difference of language really sets up, like it's just so out, you know, it's out of world to him, you know what I mean? It shows this emotion from like a point of view that hasn't been seen from. It's like changing the aspect of the camera, you know what I mean, and changing it to a different position. But that's how he feels. It's anxiety ridden, and it's something foreign to him. I feel it does what Dear April does, but in such a better way. It's more cohesive. It's more earwormy, and of course it feels like a welcome addition to something that could sit right next to any track on Blonde, you know what I mean?
No hablará de mí.
Ah, why you wanna hurt me?
Si eso no me ha partido, ya no me partiré.
Oh no! I broke my headphones. Thank you, Frank Ocean.
I was real calm and shit.
Love that I give. Ooh.
Look at them shakes.
Made up a dance. Star struck. And then we got the best Frank Ocean line that I think I've ever heard. I mean, it's bars. Just listen to this. Just chupa el pito. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, on my dick.
But I mean, realistically, you know, all jokes aside, it's the best melody. The drums fit it so cleanly with this kind of synth wave like nature, which I really do hope is what his new album sounds like. If it sounds like this, oh my goodness. Thanks to COVID, we didn't get it more. That's my theory. I think that we would have already had an album right now, but I mean, it's Frank Ocean. He needs that chain, you know?
I'm
telling the truth,
bro. Mommy is straight.
Pushing this wave, that shit look like ramen noodle. We've been fucking from the jump. And it just ends. All right, and that was number 3, but now we're gonna get into number 2, which I think is my second personal, kind of subjective, but not really. Second favorite, best song to come out since Blonde is... Now this is the one that came out first. It was like 2017, the year after, and it kind of feels like a victory lap from Frank Ocean. You know what I mean? Gosh, and I think this is one of the most catchy, just most memorable. Almost anybody can listen to this song and fall in love with it. You know what I mean? I mean, this thing was even big on TikTok. I know it was like a different, like, you know, like they changed the instrumental, but man, are the lyrics stand out by themselves. The beat stands out by itself. The wordplay stands out by itself. And he does talk about like how, you know, in the second verse, he talks about how he's, you know, banking on the success of Blonde. You know what I mean? Kind of got reincarnated into the culture, I feel. And he also sparked a movement like as well. You know what I mean? Coming back, you know, with Blonde after so much years and after just kind of like not falling off, but I mean, it was forever since he dropped Channel Orange, you know what I mean? Really reflects on the album, because Blonde doesn't even reflect on itself, you know what I mean? Photography kind of reflects at the end where he talks about like, oh, I'm smoking again because it's over, it's done, I mean, you know, it's it. But I mean, this is the victory lap. Banger. But now let's get into my personal favorite song is. If you guys can, I've been adding it up, you guys already know what the number 1 is, and it's no debate, it's gonna be Provider.
Memo finna start acting out if I don't see him soon. And my best friend ain't backing out, still on site. Full
Body brick light.
Eyes low, chin, heavy shoe gigs. Moonwalking, R.I.P. Stanley Kubrick. Show me the wisdom and you move it. Show me some way, cause you provide.
An absolute banger. This is my personal favorite lyric wise. He is just, I think I'm spitting too, but he's spitting on this song. He is absolutely just, I love the lyrics so much. New man coming up ahead on his own too. You a natural blondie like Goku? Sleeping on my belly in a loop like a serpent. Talking heads rippling on the surface.
Feeling like the light just had to reach for me.
Alright, that's been my list. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Tell me what you think about it down below. And if you guys agree with me or disagree, or you guys want to call me a stupid. And always remember, baby girls, to keep it tallywag. That I don't know yet.